So as you guys probably know already, Rell Games, or the creators of other games such as Shindo Life, are making a One Piece game, and it honestly looks really good. But now that we've gotten a few teasers and a lot of intel about the actual game, I want to go over everything we know, including like fruits, combat, how to progress in the game, and everything we know at this point in time. So first, let's look at arguably the most important part of any game, and that's the combat. I know a lot of people were very concerned with getting like very basic and bandit beater type combat, but the combat actually looks pretty solid, and it looks really in depth. First of all, there's an evade system, and I honestly feel like every game needs an evade system. An evade system gets rid of infinite combos, and it really feels like fights are back and forth with the evade system, compared to without an evade system, a lot of games like GPO, for example, it just feels like one-shot simulator. Instead of actually fighting, you just take turns one-shotting each other with crazy long combos. But another way to make fights more interactive is a parry system, and yes, they have a parry system too, and they have air combos and whatnot, and you're able to parry and evade in the air, which is really cool to see. And you could clearly tell that there's gonna be a skill gap within this game. It's not gonna be just basic combos or nothing. It's clearly gonna be different from other PvP systems, and that's what I like to see in these games. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I am not the biggest fan of air combat, but honestly I think this game has a good middle ground where it's able to incorporate air combat but not be solely air combat. But either way, I know a lot of people actually prefer air combat, so that's cool too. But next we got the weapons. Right now we do know there's going to be 3 types of weapons. There's going to be light weapons, medium weapons, and heavy weapons. And they gave us some examples. A light weapon would be like a dagger, a medium weapon would be like a katana, and a heavy weapon would be like the dark blade. And these all come with different play styles. The lighter the weapon, the faster the M1, so it means we'll have M1 priority if you guys keep M1 battling. But the larger the weapon, also larger the range and more M1 damage. And this also affects ability ranges. So I'm really not sure which type of weapon will be the strongest, but I hope they're able to keep a balance where you could pick any weapon depending on your playstyle, but not just a weapon because it's stronger. But now let's look at fruits. And by that I mean all the fruits we've seen some sort of evidence for them to be coming to the game, or just straight up sneak peeks of the fruits. So firstly we got leopard, and leopard is actually the first fruit that they even showed us. And part of the reason so many people got hyped for this game, because this model is insane. The models are consistently good in this game, but especially this one. I think this has got to be the best model. It looks insane. So much better than the other leopards I've seen on Roblox. And I don't know if it's just me, but this model feels so much more real and alive than the other models I've seen on Roblox. So this is a really good job they've done on this. But next we got Venom, and Venom looks really good. But the thing about Venom that I'm really impressed with is they got both modes of Venom. If you don't know, in One Piece there's 2 modes. There's the purple mode and the red mode, and they got both of them, and it looks amazing. We haven't seen any moves, but the models look nice, so that's cool to see. But next we got Brooks fruit, or also known as the revive fruit. But as you can see, it looks like you're able to transform into the Soul King type of mode instead of it just being a move like it is in other games such as Grand Peace. Will this be a temporary thing, or it's a thing that you have all the time? I'm not exactly sure, but either way it's pretty cool. But now we got Kaido's fruit, or the dragon fruit, and this fruit looks amazing. This fruit is similar to the leopard fruit in my opinion, as it looks so much more realistic than other versions I've seen in other games. And you could just tell they're gonna be so good at the zone fruits in this game. Any type of fruit that needs a big model, they know what they're doing because they have all that experience from previous games like Shindo Life. They had all those Susanos and Tail Beast models, that they know what they're doing. Those are the fruits they've intentionally shown us. But in the first teaser, they're actually accidentally shown us gravity and love in the background. I don't know if it was on purpose, but they barely showed it for like half a second. But yeah, we do know gravity and love is being worked on. And then later in the most recent teaser, they've shown us their UI, and they showed a bunch of fruits in there, and there is a Zushi and a heart model, so it's pretty obvious that they're working on them. But in this UI, there's models for a lot of fruits, and you can kind of guess what some of them are. Some of them look like ice, like I said, gravity and love. One looks like Guro or lightning even, possibly. Bomb, gum, sand, magma. And it is possible that for a lot of these, all they have is the picture, but it is also possible that they are working on a lot of these already, and they just haven't shown us. And assuming that they showed that gravity and love on accident, that would support this statement. And this genuinely makes me consider maybe the release date is sooner than you would expect. And also makes me think, how long exactly have they been working on this game? Because they have a lot of stuff, unless they're really just working on like one thing for each fruit at a time. But I really don't believe that they only have what they've shown us for each of these fruits. But now I want to talk about weapons, because some of you guys might have noticed in that UI there was a lot of weapons, and we have seen other weapon sneaks before that even. But in the UI, it basically confirms that there's multiple katanas. There's this Brooks Soul Cane Katakuri spear thing, Yoru by Gento, Crocodile's hook, Smoker's katana thing, and Kaido's weapon. And if these are more than just pictures, that means they have a lot of content already. But fighting style wise, we actually haven't seen that much. In the most recent teaser, we did see Blackleg, and I assume sword style obviously exists too, but we definitely haven't seen as much compared to some of the other stuff we have seen. But next I want to talk about something which I really appreciate that they're actually doing, and that's gun combat. They just confirmed that gun combat is coming, and there will be a teaser for it eventually. Unfortunately, we don't know what it will look like now, but most One Piece games just act like guns don't exist. Even in the new game Pixel Piece, guns don't exist. And in games like Grand Piece, guns do exist, but do they really exist? Like, they're completely trash, no skills, no moves, they're just useless. So hopefully they're actually able to implement guns in an effective way and make it a real play style. Lastly, I want to talk about how the game will actually play out. So from what we know, they told us it will be an exploration, adventure, survival type game, and there will also be crafting. But based off of this, we can assume that leveling won't be a typical bandit beater type progression. It will be based on exploration and adventure, which is the thing I look for the most in these types of games, because I'm so tired of bandit beaters. I'm tired of just sitting there and hitting the same bandits over and over again. I swear I've seen of every game the same bandits. So from what I could tell, Rell Seas has good graphics, good looking fruits, good and unique combat, and it's an exploration game. I'm sorry, but that hits every check mark on the checklist of a good game. But that's all I could talk about without making this video too long. But if y'all enjoy my content, I appreciate it if y'all would subscribe, because these videos take a while to make and it helps me out a lot. Thank y'all.